Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Don Riddler Fieldhouse here on the campus of Lawrence Tech University for some Saturday afternoon volleyball right here on the LTU Sports Network. Today, your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils welcome the Cardinals of Concordia University Ann Arbor for a Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference match. I'm Alex Schatzel, my partner here today, John Snow. And John, the Blue Devils got a huge win in 5 sets last night against Rochester here at the Fieldhouse, coming in 8-7 overall, 1-2 in WAC play. Coming in today against the 5-8 overall, 1-2 in conference play. Concordia Cardinals team is very experienced in all departments, and it's going to be another huge matchup for your Blue Devils here today.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt, especially getting that first win last night. Finally getting a win across the board. And in that game last night, Rachel Rochon sent a single game record with 40 digs. That is just impressive all the way around. So we'll definitely expect her to be all over the place for the Blue Devils here tonight. And for Concordia, they're looking to get on a winning streak as well, because they went through a rough patch in which they lost 7 consecutive games. And then when conference play started, they lost the first one against Indiana Tech. Then they bounced back and beat Uno in their previous matchup. So both these teams are looking to get back on a winning track.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cardinals coming in, like you mentioned, a win at home last night against Northwestern Ohio. We are underway. The Cardinals will serve first. It's just going to go back and forth around, trying to set that one up for Brianne June. Blue Devils look to reset. Here comes Lindsay Hubler. Couldn't get enough on it over the net. That's going to be a 4-touch call on LTU to start the game.
Yeah, just right off the side of the hand right there. And Lindsay Hubler was one of those players in which Coach had mentioned has got to get going. She had a bit of an off day in the matchup last night, and they're hoping to get her back going here today, as she's one of their leaders and captains.
Yeah, shorter than that time by the freshman middle hitter, Caitlin Chapin, the freshman at 6 foot out of Coopersville, Michigan. And it's a 2-0 Cardinal lead already. Rochon looking to set it up for Lindsay Hubler. Looked like some hands up front by Peavy House. Couldn't get the dig to recover. Was a sophomore out of Las Vegas. The outside hitter, Claudia Grepke, couldn't get to that one. The Blue Devils are on the board.
No, great execution that time by Hubler.
It's going to be an ace. Couldn't bump that one up, set that one up off of the hands of Grepke, and we're tied at 2. Hubler was such a viable piece to the team last season. Was very excellent in her freshman campaign, as the Cardinals have a difficult time getting it over. Up for Riley O'Connell. It was a good stop by Abigail Austin, the setter. Going to be short of the net.
Yeah, a couple of miscues right there, but Concordia and LTU was able to capitalize it as they're keeping on the pressure, and it looks like they're playing with a lot more confidence, in which that's what their head coach told us, is playing with confidence, because when this team is behind, they are just lacking the confidence. It's tough for them to get from behind.
Good block up front by Chapin and O'Connell, denying Jocelyn Peavy House. Peavy House, a sophomore out of Davison.
Now, great block right there.
But that one rejected. O'Connell has had a good showing the last few games, Coach Rule told us. As the Blue Devils have scored 4 straight. Rochon, what a nice dig. We mentioned how great of a game she had last night, 40 of those. And a good pounce on that spike by Claudia Grepke.
Great diving dig there by Rochon. She is all over the place. And we'll expect a lot more tonight out of her after she set that record in the game last night.
Grepke coming in with 115 kills on the season. A much improved role. Getting a lot of more valuable minutes for Coach Danielle Cook's team. That's a nice dig by Hubler. Off the spike by Peavy House. Kayla Peters folding that one up. Blue Devils were ready for it that time. And they'll block around, and they're going to give the Cardinals the point for a double touch on LTU. Kayla Peters, the junior outside hitter, defensive specialist out of Monroe, Michigan. 411 kills, 372 digs last season. As a quick touch by Chapin. Good stop by Hubler in that dig. Peters again, gets it denied by O'Connell. Second chance. Good recovery by LTU. And that time, the freshman Charlie Clint out of Whitehall, Michigan, set that one to the left and out of play. And the Cardinals with 3 straight.
Yeah, Clint with a couple of good shots right there, but that one just went a little bit far left.
Good attack by O'Connell.
Great attack right there by O'Connell. Great execution right there on that attack.
Yeah, going back to Peters, excellent season last year, an NAIA honorable mention and a WAC all-first team member. Looking to have another impressive season for the Cardinals. It just puts a lot of power on that one.
Caleb Peters provides that kind of a power on that kind of an attack right there. Just great athleticism and great strength behind that swing.
117 kills already coming into today for the junior. We're going to be talking about her a lot throughout the course of the game. As Brianne June sends one off the knuckles of Hubler, who couldn't bump that one up in time. And
yeah, we see Madeline Hudson checking in for LTU. They're going to look to set her up. They go for the attack.
7-5 in favor of the visiting Cardinals here in this first set. Blue Devils looking to get one back, and they do. Madeline Hudson gets her first kill of the day. Found an opening right in the middle.
Another one of those captains right there, Madeline Hudson, coming back for another senior season. Just looking to make a huge impact on this young team.
The lone senior for Coach Rule's squad. Being a key mentor up front.
Another devastating attack right there by Peters. Blue Devils are going to be in rough shape if Kayla Peters keeps throwing attacks like that.
Yeah, yesterday she had 15 kills against Northwestern Ohio. As a freshman setter, Madeline Vanook from Spencerville, Indiana, checks in for the Cardinals. And that's going to be a service error by Brianne June. So the Blue Devils get that point back.
Now, talking with Coach Ed earlier, saying limiting distractions, and as that one sails out, I would say the crowd last night for the game was definitely into it, and they're able to work with it. I think the crowd is a little bit limited here tonight. I think that gives them less distractions. So hopefully the Blue Devils can play with a little more confidence with less distractions.
Yeah, the confidence was the key thing. You know, trying to play with very little nerves. As Hubler gets that one to go through. June and a couple of other Cardinals in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the Peters sisters right there on a bit of a mid-collision. And miscommunication right there.
Score reads 9-8, Cardinals in the opening set. Vanook with the little hook. Chapin trying to do the same thing. She couldn't get that one down. But Claudia Grepke gets the kill. Able to send that one right in front of O'Connell.
Yeah, the block that time, they got a bit of a hand on it, so not much else you can do about that one. So.
Cardinals serve it up. Chapin gets denied by Vanook and Peavy House. Good job by the freshman and the sophomore up front.
This is where I think their head coach is looking for a confidence bounce back. After giving up like three straight points, see if they try to get a bounce back right here.
One goes off the ceiling, but still in play. Cardinals get it over. Blue Devils reset. Two-hand toss over by Addie Zambek. There's going to be a double touch called on the Cardinals after that play. Zambek was just trying to quickly touch it over. The Cardinals got 2 hands on it. Will be called for it by the head official.
That was definitely influenced by the spike, by the attack there by Hubler.
BV House sent that one a little bit too far out of bounds. Left side. Had the right approach.
Yep. And great recognition by right there by LTU, knowing that attack by Peters was going to be going out.
The Nook sending up for Grubke. Good block by Chapin to get it back to her. Blue Devils looking to get an answer. O'Connell off of the Nook. You got to get it over. They do. Hubler off the hands of Grubke, sends it back over to the Blue Devils side. Setting up for Grubke again, who's had a good start so far. Hubler, a lot of intensity here so far. Cardinals trying to keep it alive, and they can't.
Great battle right there. Great back and forth. And LTU comes up on top of that one and evens up the score as 11. This great communication and great awareness all the way around on that set right there.
The sophomore setter out of Saline, Abby Zambak with the serve, and the Cardinals sent that one down with authority.
Yeah, that was set up almost too good right there by the dig by Rochan. It was too much. Blue Devils couldn't come back on defense. So far, pretty evenly good matchup right here. No team has gone on a good run just yet.
Yeah, I want the momentum to swing on their side as Hubler's shot gets blocked. Charlie Clint sent that one over. Cardinals were ready for it. Brianne June put a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Again, great awareness right there. LTU has their hands full, especially with Kayla Peters. All those attacks right there, adjusting height and adjusting power and strength.
That's been the story so far. Little floater by Grubke. Zambek couldn't get the dig. He's trying to dive for it, but he liked the effort.
Yeah, definitely the effort is right there, and definitely shows a lot more confidence coming out of LTU right here. More confidence and less like panic.
Up that time. Almost got that one to go by Chapin. Swinging it up for O'Connell this time. Good job by Austin to get that dig. Charlie Clint put too much on it. That one goes way behind the line in the back, behind the back line.
Yeah, Clint with a little bit too much on that one. Got too much on height. And she is one of multiple freshmen, part of this freshman class that we're looking for in these matchups, because that's who Coach Ed is starting.
And getting a lot of key time right away. And able to get it off the touch of the Cardinals. One handle dumped it back down.
Great job by Clint right there. Knowing that ball was coming right towards the top of the net, just gave it a little push down, equals a point.
14-13, LTU trails by 1. Roshan, two-hand touch over and able to keep it in.
What a play right there. What a play by Roshan. She does more than dig, I'll tell you that.
That was just impressive. A little two-hand in that back corner on the right side near the Cardinals bench. Able to sneak that one in.
Just great placement overall.
Beavy House gets it off the hands. It looked like it was Hudson on the play. They were trying to go for the block.
Yeah, stuffed up right there, but unfortunately landed right there on the LTU side.
So here comes Mackenzie Peters, the libero for the Cardinals to serve. Clint.
Again, looks like Clint is getting a little bit too much underneath it. Trying to get more on top.
Yeah, we talked about it. She does better when she's calm. When Coach Rule talked with us, as Hubler, thought that one's going to be out, but the Blue Devils get the point.
Another set pass over the net by Rachel Rochon. That's her second point. And everybody in the crowd and the bench is just loving it.
It looked like it went off. It looked like it was going to hit the net, and that was going to be a play was going to be dead. But the officials didn't blow the whistle. That one goes out of bounds to the right. But a sophomore, middle hitter, an outside hitter, Hannah Duchesne, a transfer from Kalamazoo Valley Community College. 190 kills last season for Kalamazoo Valley. A huge addition for Coach Cook's team. As June finds an opening, was off the deflection.
So far, the Blue Devils are looking good on that wall setup right there, and they're getting pieces of these attacks, but it's just landing in the wrong areas for them. But I think it's better that they're getting pieces of these attacks than rather the attack get to them.
100% effort every play. Try to do everything you can to get it, as O'Connell didn't have enough on that one.
But even on these points that they're giving up to Concordia, LT is definitely showing a lot more confidence than we saw at the beginning of conference play. So they're playing with a lot more integrity, they're playing with a lot more confidence, and definitely a lot better communication this time around.
Yeah, learning about it as we have a timeout here on the floor by LTU, down 18-16. When we talked about it this past week, they played U of M Dearborn on the road at U of M Ann Arbor. That was just a tough game for them. A lot of nerves and playing at U of M's arena, having played in that kind of arena and that atmosphere. Didn't get a lot out of it in that game. Then came back home last night. It came down to the end, but the Blue Devils were able to pull out with the victory, play with a lot more confidence, which was something that Coach Rule told us, and we talked to him yesterday and before the game. So I think they're playing a lot better. This is still early on in conference play, and I like the direction that they're going in right now.
Yeah, definitely, and he's looking proud of this squad right now. It's a very young squad with a lot of freshman athletes, in which he's starting 4 freshmen on average on every game, and just been able to bounce back, because he said that game against U of M Dearborn was probably their worst of the season thus far. The atmosphere got to them, and they just played rather sloppily. So to come back onto the home court in the game last night and just win it in 5 sets, it's just a great bounce back victory.
That was a momentum booster against Rochester, as Hubler tried to set that one almost near the back line, but a little bit too far on that one.
A win is a win in Coach Ed's book, but definitely got to keep the confidence going. And great awareness right there by Clint to let that one go out.
19-17. Lexi Callio was another key piece last year, comes into the contest. She had a good year in her freshman year. And this was a young team last year as well, as the Blue Devils get the ace off the missed touch by Mackenzie Peters.
Yeah, Concordia right there. A little bit of a miscue right there.
Clint back to serve. Good job by June, diving for it. Hudson sends it over. The Cardinals looking to answer. It's a little two-hand floater by Peters.
Great fake right there. Faked the attack and went with the soft. That's another weapon that Kayla Peters has up her sleeve.
Kayla Peters is back to serve. 20-18 Concordia. Hudson. But Kayla Peters able to keep it alive for a moment, but the Cardinals can't send it back over. You like the aggressiveness by Peters, as Hudson thought she had the kill.
Yeah, Peters showing a lot of grit right there, going after it. Trying to keep a play alive is so huge in these games. Even if there's a chance, these athletes will go after it to keep the play alive.
Don't want to give 3 points away, and it's a rare mistake by Peters.
Peters and June, a little bit of miscommunication right there. Second time in this set. miscommunication on the end of a serve.
It's already the 7th ace for the Blue Devils here in this first set. Grubke set that one in the wrong direction. That one went behind the Cardinals bench. Miscommunication again. And just like that, the Blue Devils are back in the lead.
Let's hope LTU can take advantage even more right here.
21-20. Peters to Vanook, looking for Grubke. Gets it denied by Lexi Callio up front.
Blue Devils sniffed that one out. And that wall right there was absolutely perfectly displayed. Look at the confidence on that team. They are fired up going into this timeout. They got the lead, and they're looking for a win in this first set.
A 6-2 run after they called timeout. Now they force Coach Cook to talk with her team to take some time here. 22-20 here in this first set. 3 points away from taking set number 1 here, and able to get back on that run and capitalizing on the Cardinals' mistakes right there has been really huge so far. And
yeah, definitely. And one other thing that Coach had talked to us about was moving forward, even after when they give up a point, when they lose a set, just moving forward, not to dwell on what is in the past. Just keep moving forward, keep playing our game, and don't change anything. He mentioned that some of his players within the 4th set of the game last night against Rochester, they were trying something different. Some of his key players were trying different ways of serving, different ways of receiving, just different ways overall. And he's like, let's just stay to us. Let's just continue being ourselves, and we can win games that way.
Yeah, talking about in that 4th set, wanted to win in 4, but Rochester was able to pull away and take that from them and force a 5th set, but the Blue Devils were able to hold on for the win. And coming in a quick here today and out of the timeout.
Another miscue right there.
3 out of the last 4 plays. We had the ace, we had Grubke, Grubke bumping the ball out of bounds, and then that misplay by Duchesne. 23-20, Grubke gets it denied up front. Nice job by Chapin and Callio. Mackenzie Peters gets it over, setting it up for Lindsay Hubler. Good deny. Callio with the second chance. Doesn't get that one to go. And looked like Callio was setting it up for a Chapin spike.
Yeah, just a bit of a misjudge right there on the jump, and went a little bit too early. So just a little bit of a mechanical issue right there. Hopefully LTU can just shake that one off.
23-21. Zambek setting out for Lindsay Hubler and able to get that one to go down.
Great attack right there by Hubler. And hopefully that gives her a little bit of spark of confidence as LTU is looking to get her going.
Kill number 4 on the afternoon for the sophomore out of Farmington Hills. Set point for LTU. Lanook, good job by Roshan to get the dig and deny the point. Grubke. Roshan does it again. 2-hand touch. Simultaneous play still alive.
Great effort right there. Keeping the play alive. Rachel Roshan is all over the place. Just keeping everything, every play alive.
Yeah, Vanook thought she had it.
Yeah, definitely. Looked like it.
24-22. Sam for O'Connell. Grubke. Over to O'Connell. Thought she had the block. It's going to be a double touch violation on the Blue Devils. It's a 1-point game.
This is coming down to the wire right here. And wisely, Coach Shea calls a timeout with his team leading by 1, looking to get one more point.
24-23.
So after all the miscues that Concordia had within the last stretch, it looks like they're just outlasting LTU on these last few points right here, just on the mechanical side, because LTU is still looking very sharp. Only just a couple of double touches and a couple of four passes. Nothing really huge and nothing really a lot for them to really dwell on. They just got to continue to move forward and get this one more point to win this set.
Yeah, they got to be able to get this done right here. You don't want to have to go through winning by 2 if Concordia gets this one. And they're not going to go away quietly.
No, they are not.
After the mistakes they had that forced them to call a timeout a few minutes ago, they don't want to give up.
Nope. Especially when it's conference play. Neither team wants to give up.
You can't give away sets. O'Connell, good job by Peters. Mackenzie Peters. Hubler. Caleb Peters sends one up to the ceiling. Play for Brianne June. The Blue Devils trying to get an answer. It's going to be back and forth. Peavy House gets it blocked by Chapin. Another chance. Clint keeps it alive. O'Connell isn't around. O'Shawn staying up for Zambeck. Down to Lindsey Hubler. Austin almost lost it. Play still going. O'Connell. That one off the net, and the Blue Devils
Wow, what a nail biter.
get the point. Wow.
That was down to the wire, and O'Connell, with a little help from the top of the net, gets a roller off the top, and it barely stays in. That was an impressive set right there by LTU.
It looked like it was going to go either way. Not sure if they're going to get the Cardinals the point, but I didn't want to get too excited about what the call would be. But happy that O'Connell got the point, and the Blue Devils take the first set by a score of 25-23. Impressive set all around. Now they got to move forward into the second set here.
No, and Coach Ed, you got to be very pleased that they get an early start and they get an early win in this first set. Hopefully they can keep that confidence going. Everybody's looking sharp. Rachel Rochon's all over the place. O'Connell and Hubler, they're looking very sharp on their attacks. They just got to keep it under control and keep it within bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a minute right here on the LTU Sports Network for set number 2. Welcome back, everyone, to Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Getting ready to begin set number 2. The Blue Devils won a thrilling first set by a score of 25-23. The Cardinals looking to even it up here. The Blue Devils looking to keep the momentum going as Alex Johnson here and John Snow with you on the call. And it was a good first set by the Blue Devils and came down to the very end. Got a little bit of luck by Riley O'Connell off the top of the net.
Yeah, definitely. Luck would have it, and they also took advantage of a few miscues by Concordia. They had 4 reception errors within a certain stretch, which led to a Blue Devil lead. But yet Concordia kept battling, and they kept it very close. But yet LTU was able to, with a little bit of luck and the help of the top of the net, able to come out on top in the first set.
Both teams switching sides. You know, in the last few years with COVID, teams stayed on their same side for the entire game. But going back to pre-COVID times, as they switch sides for the second set. LTU will be serving first. Wearing their home whites here this afternoon. The Cardinals in their road red uniforms. This is going to be a good game throughout. Both teams coming in very evenly matched.
Yeah, both teams had a 1-2 record in conference play. Just looking to get a winning streak going, especially with conference play right here at the beginning of the season. LTU coming off a win last night against Rochester, and Concordia coming off a win against Uno just a few days ago.
Grepke hits an awful throw shot, but keeps it up for the Blue Devils. Good job by O'Connell, but that one out of play. Couldn't keep it in that line.
Yeah. Now a good stop right there by that wall. That, of course, he fell out of bounds. So they've been doing good up there in front on those walls, getting pieces of those attacks, keeping the blocks down.
It's a service error.
And they're having great reads, too, on those attacks going out of bounds, and great reads on those serves. They're getting good reads all the way around.
It's been a good showing here. That was Paige Staten, the sophomore out of Canton, with that service error. Caleb Peters sending that one down on the right side.
Another great attack right there by Caleb Peters. She is their weapon over there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, she put a lot of thunder on that kill. That's her fourth on the day. Charlie Clint just one off of Mackenzie Peters, and it goes all the way behind the Cardinal bench.
Now, great setup right there. Another great attack set up by O'Connell.
Clint had 12 kills last night, 118 coming into today. The freshman out of Whitehall, Michigan, in the mechanical engineering major, as LTU gets called for another double touch. It was Madeline Hudson who's going up for the ball. It's 3-2 Cardinals early on in this second set.
Yeah, when Madeline Hudson checks in, expect her to go for the attacks all the time.
Hudson was ready on that one. What's shorter than that by Kayla Peters.
Peters attack right there was a little bit low, but still a great stop right there by that wall.
Peters is the driving force, the engine that makes Concordia go. And we talked about the impressive campaign she had last season as Concordia gets called for a violation. Another double touch. Back-to-back plays, we've seen that.
Yep.
And
very difficult call to make, especially on those sets. When setting up, you gotta make sure it's both hands at the same time.
June keeps it alive. One goes way out.
Still another reception error right there by Concordia. They've had some trouble as of late with receptions overall. That's what led to LTU grabbing the lead in that first set. So hopefully LTU can just still keep capitalizing on these errors.
Tara Drynon, the outside hitter and a junior from Riverview. As the Cardinals are going to point back off the LTU service error. Blue Devils lead 5-4. Set number 2. Won the first set 25-23 over Concordia. Hubler up for Hudson and did not want to go down.
Just right off the wall right there, set up by Concordia off the attack by Madeline Hudson. LTU will definitely take it.
Hudson, the senior out of Milford. Very impressive last season for Coach Rule's squad and throughout her tenure in an LTU uniform. Went up for Madeline Hudson, gets that one to go down again.
Second straight attack by Madeline Hudson. She's all fired up. And this is what she's in for.
It's the one-hand power spike. Drynon gets it blocked. Hubler and Hudson up front.
Great block there by Hubler. She does it with the attacks, and she does it on defense. This is a great display for LTU right now here in the second set.
She is an all-around player and a key leader and leading by example. To get it up to Hubler again. Concordia was ready that time. Grepke, good block by Hudson. Vanook puts it over. Zambek to Hudson. And one down. A good showing in this second set for Madeline Hudson. Up to 5 kills already.
Great blocks, great wall setup. LTU is keeping on rolling.
Have their largest lead, 9-4, and Peters.
Another reception there for Concordia as Peters had trouble with that one.
Couldn't get the bump set up.
LTU is capitalizing on all the errors so far. They've got nice runs going after all these errors by the Cardinals.
10-4. Trinon.
Great awareness.
It was a good job by O'Connell to say that one's going to go out of bounds, not going to touch it.
No, you definitely it's definitely reading on height right there and knowing your placement on the court.
You try to predict where the ball is going to land. And she read that one by not touching it. Good block. Zambek and Hudson up front. Huber going to get that one to go. And it's going to be another double touch. Did it again by the Blue Devils. 11-5 now.
Yeah, Concordia caught a break right there on the double touch after yet another difficult reception by Peters.
It's not been the start Kayla Peters wants. As that was deflected off the Cardinals was Riley O'Connell that time.
And just like that, LTU bounces back. This is the confidence level that their head coach is talking about, just being able to move forward and move on to the next point.
O'Connell, the sophomore out of Howell, nursing major. Did not play last night in the Rochester game as Clinton O'Connell couldn't get the dig. O'Connell with 9 kills and 5 digs in the loss to U of M Dearborn Wednesday night. Uses a right side, opposite hitter, outside hitter. And also a nursing major here at LTU. Zambek up for Hubler. And able to get it off the Cardinals.
Great attack right there by Hubler. Had it set up perfectly and went off the wall of Concordia and out of bounds.
Hubler was one of the top freshmen in the conference last season. Looking to have another excellent campaign as Caitlin Chapin gets
again, Hubler is right there. She's going everywhere on the attack and on the blocks.
But a good showing for her so far. 5 kills, 7 digs, and a couple of blocks. Helping out her teammates. Peavy House. That's that one off of O'Connell. Chapin was right there as well.
That wall that LTU has up front, they're doing a really great job thus far. They're getting a piece of everything that Concordia is throwing at them.
They got to be ready. Just got to be quick and trying to make a stop. It's a 14-7 LTU here in set number 2. Looking to go up more. Lindsay Huber with a lot of power on that one. And sends that one down. Wow.
That's a power attack if I've ever seen one. And that's the kind of stuff that Lindsay Huber provides for LTU right there. This is the 3rd time that LTU has regained possession right after Concordia has scored.
Kayla Peters answers back. Rachel Rochon couldn't get the dig.
And right there again, Kayla Peters showing her stuff, trying to keep Concordia in this one.
15-8 so far. O'Connell over to the Cardinals. Looking for Brianne June. They're setting it up for Riley O'Connell to get that one to go down. In the far right corner of the back line. And it's 16-8 LTU, and it's a timeout for Concordia.
O'Connell and Huber are leading the charge. They are just leading the charge away for LTU as they are just running away with this one right now. They've got a good, healthy lead in the second set after winning the first one. This is what Coach Ed expected from his team coming into today.
Looking at here in this second set, John, having 8 kills already, and they're having a .615 hitting percentage. That's unheard of, but they're playing really well right now, and they've been doing really well.
The numbers show it that this team is improving every game. After having such a rough start to the conference play, after back-to-back losses, this team is finally putting everything together. They have all the pieces. They're getting better with communication. They're getting better with their overall receiving. They're getting better with their blocks. They're getting better with their serves. They're getting better overall. And that is what was expected from Coach Ed and his squad.
Yeah, he's really happy of how this team has grown since the start of the season. And going back, they had 2 tough games. They started out against a top 25 team in the country in Cornerstone, always a tough team to beat. You know, they did really well in that game despite the result. And then playing at U of M Dearborn Wednesday night was a tough loss. And being in that environment, but you came back home last night, got the win in 5 sets against a very hungry Rochester team, and now trying to take care of business against the Cardinals here today as Kayla Peters is one off. And to get it off the net and down.
Yeah, another thing about that game last night, Rochester's head coach is a former assistant coach for Coach Ed, so definitely a good friendly competition at best because they both know each other very well.
16-9 after that kill. Here comes Charlie Clint. But they're going to say that one was out of bounds. I thought that one was in.
The line just called it inbounds. Now we have a brief discussion right here.
Yeah, they're going to.
It seemed like Concordia got a piece of it up there in front.
I thought it was inbounds too.
Yeah, I looked inbounds from up here. Obviously, we're not close enough to the action to make a judgment call, but the point goes to LTU, and they'll take it.
Yeah, you can't replay, you can't look back at it, so you got to go with what the officials see. As Tara Drynon.
Another great judgment call right there. They are getting better reads as the game goes on.
Left corner the back line. Oh, too far for Drynon. So now who's a leader on this Cardinals team. We've got an ace, Mackenzie Peters. And it's a 19-9 LTU advantage.
6 total reception errors for Concordia. They are just not reading the serves very well.
It was really tough in that first set to lose in that kind of fashion and trying to move on from it. It was a little two-hand touch by Peters. Up for Peters again. Sandbeck and Hudson got a piece of it. O'Connell floats it over. Austin to Drynon. Pounds that one down. Concordia needed that one.
Yeah, they did. They're not sticking around. They're good. I would expect Concordia here to make an effort to try and make this one at least close as LTU is closing in.
Drynon had 132 kills last season. It's another viable piece to the Concordia team as O'Connell sent that one too far to the left. Drynon, the junior at 5'10", majoring in sports and entertainment business.
Definitely great right there.
Hudson around the Cardinals, keep it alive. Well, not been good for them. Charlie Clint gets that one off the Cardinals.
Great attack right there by Clint, the freshman. LTU is still looking sharp. Even though Concordia's gotten a couple of points to get back into this, LTU is still looking sharp. There's no sense of panic.
Misplay by Brianne June.
Another reception error right there. Concordia's just not getting good reads off the hands of these Blue Devil servers. And LTU is just capitalizing. They're continuing to go on.
That's the 8th one. But the Blue Devils going to give them a point back on that service error. 21-12. The score reads here in set number 2. The Blue Devils trying to go up 2-0 in the match.
Yeah, and Clinton looking over at her head coach, knowing the mistake that she made. But she's got teammates to back her up.
One touch the ground first. Lindsay Hubler. Kill number 7. Tara Drynon couldn't get that one back up.
10-point deficit. LTU is trying to close this one out.
Good job by June. Had to dive for it. Hubler, little floater. One up. Claudia Grepke. Zambek. Back over. And 4 passes.
Yeah, that was a bit of a 50-50 ball right there. Yeah, that one was going to land right on top of the net. It was basically up for grabs. And a little bit of a misjudge on the jump. So, but LTU still going to look sharp.
22-13. Zambek decided to take it herself.
And doing so.
Yeah, she thought she was going to set it up for one of her teammates, but she kind of let the Cardinals off guard. She fooled them a bit.
Yeah, that's a great fake right there. Often seen a lot, but great fake right there by Zambek.
Brianne June put a lot of power on that kill.
June trying to set an example as well for her team, along with Peters.
Sophomore outside hitter from North Branch, Michigan. She had 289 kills last season as Riley O'Connell pounds that one down.
And just like that, LTU takes it right back.
It was right in front of Paige Staten. 24-14, one more point for the Blue Devils to secure this second set. Peavy House has tossed that one over.
Still no sense of panic. This team is looking very sharp.
24-15, still a long way to go for the Cardinals. Trying to stay perfect. Charlie Clint gets one down, and the Blue Devils win the second set 25-15 and go up 2-0 in the match. An impressive effort by the Blue Devils in that second set, hitting at 522, and are just one set away from securing the victory.
No, this has been an impressive outing by LTU, probably their best outing of the season thus far, especially now within conference play. This is great stuff seen by Coach Ed. This squad is firing on all cylinders. They are looking very sharp, no sense of panic whatsoever. Even when Concordia was trying to battle back into it, this team never quit. They never looked anywhere like in a state of panic. They were kept Concordia on their heels for a majority of the matchup. So this is just an impressive outing, and we expect one more good outing and possibly a shutout here.
Yeah, one set away from getting the sweep. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. But the Cardinals looking to move on from the mistakes and make some adjustments in this third set coming up. We'll be back for set number 3 right here on the LTU Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back to Don Riddler Fieldhouse, getting ready to begin set number 3. Blue Devils won set number 2, 25-15, and won a thrilling set 1, 25-23. Looking to get the sweep against the Cardinals here today, but Concordia has some other ideas, trying to make some adjustments and clean up some of their mistakes to keep this match going into another set. As Alex Johnson and John Snow with you here for the call today, and that was just an impressive all-around showing in set number 2 by the Blue Devils. Played nearly perfect in that retrospect. Only one error, and the hitting percentage went up to, was actually 565. I thought it was 522, but nevertheless, an excellent performance in set number 2. Looking to keep it up here right now.
No, definitely. Coach Ed is loving it. This is the confidence level in which he wanted this team to play at all year round. Especially with conference play coming in right now, this is what this team needs to be doing right now. Firing on all cylinders, especially with Hubler and O'Connell just attacking all the way up front.
Concordia serves it first. O'Connell, and that one out of bounds. A good showing by the fans here today coming out, as well as the students coming out to support the Blue Devils here today. They were out here last night in the huge win against Rochester. Hubler gets her shot blocked by Duchesne and Grubke. The play still goes. June, that one short of the net. Didn't get enough on it.
That wall for LTU has been there all day. They get a piece of everything. They don't let all the hard attacks go by them so much. But yet, that was the first really good true block by the wall of Concordia right there.
Tied up at 1 apiece. Grubke able to get it on the line. Looked like that was very close to being out, but
50-50 right there on that one. And Concordia winds up on the other end of it.
2-1. As June with the serve. O'Connell blocked by Caleb Peters. And it causes a 4-touch by the Blue Devils.
Still no sign of panic. That's good sign for LTU. No player on them looks panicked at all.
Zambek over to Champlin and able to get that one to go. And Concordia just let that one go by.
Good handover right there. LTU able to bounce back.
Rachel Rochon with the serve. Austin setting up for Claudia Grubke, gets it denied by Charlie Clint. Madeline Hudson also there as well.
There's that wall again. They are everywhere. They are getting pieces of everything. Even if it goes out, it's a huge success for them. Not let anything get by them.
Yeah, Coach Rule said that's been a strong suit for them. Their key blocking up front. Their backline also been as good as well. As that's a nice dig by Hubler. Peters thought she had an easy kill. The Blue Devils had other ideas. Hannah Duchesne didn't get enough on it to go over the net. She was not happy about herself after that one.
No, but great effort overall. First the dig by Hubler, and then just keeping it, just going around up front there by the net. Just great effort overall.
Caleb Peters gets it blocked. Riley O'Connell, Madeline Hudson. The Blue Devil front line has been the staple so far.
That wall is as tight as Fort Knox, I tell you. And Caleb Peters has been the weapon all night for Concordia, and that's the first time she's really gotten blocked.
Double touch call by the Cardinals.
If anything, that's the key block right there, to stop a weapon like Caleb Peters for Concordia and just block it overall and keep it in. That's just a huge success right there for LTU.
Only 6 kills for the junior as Peters trying to get number 7. But the Blue Devils stop it. Good job by Clint. Hit that one to get another stop.
Rochon's all over the place.
Grubke gets it denied, but trying to keep it in bounds.
Hey, even though that point went to Concordia, the bench is loving it. All the coaches are loving it. They're just admiring the effort that their team is putting on right now. Clint with the save, Roshan with the save off the attack. Everybody's just looking sharp.
Austin had the dig. Another violation. Double touch, and it's now 7-4. 6 kills for Kayla Peters, as well as 6 digs. Talk about her day she had yesterday with 15 against Uno. Was held to only 3 against Indiana Tech. Looking to get another good performance. Claudia Grepke finds one right down in the back corner. This is a huge game for both teams. Coming in 1 and 2, right behind, trying to go ahead of U of M, Dearborn, and Madonna, both at 1 and 1. Indiana Tech, the only undefeated team overall in the conference, 15 and 0. As Concordia looking to get a point back, Kayla Peters off the fingertips of Zambek.
That time the wall didn't really close that much on the net. Got right in front of them, between them and the net.
7-6, Paige Staten with the serve.
That's the first reception error of the game right there for LTU.
And they played really clean in that department, but it's hard to be perfect. We can let that one go. Charlie Clint, a lot of power on that one.
And just like that, LTU responds. After one of their minimum errors thus far in this game, they quickly respond. That is what Coach Ed is looking for out of this team right here, just a quick response and moving forward.
Austin to Kayla Peters, found an opening. No one was really there. She took advantage of it.
Good awareness right there by Peters. She's still trying to keep this team in it.
All even at 8 apiece. Zambek to Hudson. It's at 1 down. Kayla Peters couldn't get to that one.
And great awareness by Hudson. So back-to-back plays, they put it in the right spot. Sometimes it's all about placement. You don't even have to hit it that hard. It's just all about placement.
Juliana Bolini in for the first time into serve for the Blue Devils. Zambek that one over. Paige Staten sends it back to the Blue Devils end. Lindsay Hubler powers that one down.
A vicious attack right there by Hubler. And this is the showing that LTU wanted out of this squad right here, and especially Hubler right now. She's had a great game thus far.
You could hear that throughout the entire gymnasium here.
Just a big echo right there. You can just hear it on contact.
So good job by Madeline Listman. First time we see her on the court here today. She's the junior from Spring Lake, Michigan. Quiets the LTU crowd for just a moment. At 104 kills last season for the Cardinals. O'Connell couldn't get that one enough on it.
Got too much on top of it on that one right there. Still, LTU is looking very sharp, even though this is a tie ball game right now.
Tied at 10 apiece. Zambek over to Lindsay Hubler. Concordia was ready that time. Brianne June pounds that one down. Found an opening near the middle.
Yep. Still, the wall got a piece. Wall's been there. They're getting pieces every time.
To Chapin and able to get that one to go through.
Again, another good placement spot right there. Sometimes it's all about awareness of where the other team is at, and if they find a spot, they're gonna convert on it.
Zambek with the serve, able to get it across. Looked like it was going to be a little bit short. Peters up for June. Good block. O'Connell gets it back. And they're going to give LTU the point. They're going to say it was deflected off the Cardinals.
Paige Stan got a piece of it just right before he went over the back line. LT with a great job right there. 2 blocks by that wall.
12-11. LTU up front. June. Hubler. Up. To Riley Elcado. That one goes way off. But Kayla Peters keeps it alive.
They got lucky on that one.
Hubler trying to power that one through again. She couldn't. Brianne June on the other end. As LTU couldn't recover to it.
Concordia caught a break right there as that ball hit off the ductwork up here in the rafters. Came back towards inbounds.
Zambek up to O'Connell. Was setting up for her that time. Grepke gets it denied up front. And they get another chance. Almost went over the line. Hubler floats that one over. And June couldn't dig it back up.
Another well-placed shot right there. Hubler just with the little roller right there. As he regains the lead, trying to keep going on a roll.
Hubler has been excellent so far. As that was a quick move by Clint.
Great awareness there.
Concordia was confused on that play. Miscommunication.
Well, that ball was a 50-50 ball right there. It was towards the top, anybody's play. And Clint just took advantage of it.
Able to stay in bounds. Stays within the chalk.
Well,
June.
Concordia in their shots, they're managed to stay within the corners and along the lines. And they're just staying with it.
That's her 7th on the day. Yeah, they're trying to do everything they can to keep this match alive.
Yep.
No room for errors. Kayla Peters put a lot of power through it.
Yep.
It was deflected off the front line of LTU.
Still a good enough effort by that wall up there in the front line.
Peters tied with Hubler for the most kills in this game with 9.
Another great awareness right
back.
there. Another great awareness. They are reading the serves very well. Despite for the one reception there, they've read everything else very well, very sharp.
Yeah, just able to see where it's going to go and
adjusted by height.
Just a fundamental as Kayla Peters keeps the Cardinals in it with her 10th on the day.
Peters has been always over there. She is their weapon for Concordia.
That's a big reason why she was recognized as one of the top players in the entire NAIA last season. As Hubler was trying to get it over, that was the 3rd pass, so they had to get it over the net. You don't want the Cardinals to stay around and play another set. Good block by Grepke. And Coach Rule's going to take a timeout. His team's down 17-15 in this 3rd set.
This is a good move right here. Try to like ease the pace a bit. LT was looking like a bit on their heels. Just haven't looked that sharp the last 2 servings. So hopefully he can just calm his team down and say, look, this is not a race. This is not a race. Don't change anything. This is our game. This is our game. This is our home court. Don't change anything. We're staying on the attack.
And that's going to be the message here for Coach Rule. Like we said, you don't want to do what they did in the 4th set against Rochester, where they tried to change things up, and it cost them that to play the deciding final set. But just play to where you are. You know, try to pick up where you did in that 2nd set. That was your strongest, probably the best they've played all season in that
definitely.
set.
First set, they managed to keep the lead after Concordia made a quick comeback. 2nd set, LTU just ran away with it, firing on all cylinders. This round, they looked not as sharp as usual. Hopefully, they haven't tried to change anything because they have a 2-set lead. They're looking for a sweep right here. This would be perfect, if anything, just much better for the squad to get going in this conference.
It's going to be Hannah Duchesne back to serve. The Cardinals trying to keep it alive, and they give a point right to LTU on the service error.
That's good right there. Another great awareness right there. Good eyes. Right out of the timeout, they went back to their normal ways, just reading everything off the hand.
17-16, Peters. That was almost trouble for the Cardinals. Zambeck to Madeline Hudson. Abigail Austin was in the right position that time. LTU will try again. Hubler. Over now to Kayla Peters. Zambeck to Hudson. Over of the hook. Over the touch. Charlie Clint was right there. Gets it off the deflection. Tied at 17.
Claudia Grebke got a hand on it, but Clint was able to get the advantage. So right here, right out of the timeout, 2 straight points. LTU is firing on all cylinders, and they're looking a lot sharper this time around.
Yes, they are. Callio comes back in. Riley O'Connell to serve for your Blue Devils. Austin to Grebke. Roshan bumped it back up, but it goes into the stands.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 right there. Roshan was just right along the line, so that ball could have gone either way. Still put an effort on it. But LTU right now is to not panic. That's the goal for them. Still stay sharp. Read everything good off the hand.
Roshan, the sophomore libero from Heartland, has been very good this season and has done really well so far. Hudson, good stop by Mackenzie Peters. Madeline Listman keeps that one in play right on the back line.
Yeah, it was a close one right there. That ball just managed to get a piece of the line right there.
It was right above the free throw line. Hudson able to get a point right back. Paige Staten couldn't get that one back up. 19-18.
It will go to Maddie Hudson at all costs. She is the senior leader, the sole senior at that. They will go to her when they need her the most.
She has been through everything so far during her tenure at LTU. And they're going to say it was deflected off the Blue Devils. Kayla Peters originally thought it was going to be out on her, but they're going to say it was touched by LTU.
Yeah, the coaching staff wanted an explanation on that. One judge said out, the other said deflected, and the official judge said deflection.
20-18. Austin, a little dump shot, gets it rejected. Austin setting up for Listman, getting it blocked. What a huge play up front by the Blue Devils.
There's the wall again. There's the wall right there coming in with a huge block. And they're closing in. They're staying close in this one. They're not going to let this one go away easily.
Denying Listman of that one. 20-19. Bolini into serve. Listman rejected again. Lindsay Hubler and Caitlin Chapin up front.
Back-to-back blocks, huge blocks, ties it at 20. LTU looking sharp again.
Really crucial here. Brianne June rejected again. Callio and Chapin on the other end. 3 blocks in a row for the Blue Devils.
And Coach Ed Rule is loving it. He is pumping his fist. The entire bench is loving it. This is a great showing right here.
Gotten 3 straight off of that. Austin to June. Tossing that one over. Hubler couldn't get there.
That time they switched it around. They went soft around the wall rather than trying to hit the ball right through it.
Mackenzie Peters into serve. Zambeck looking over to Lindsay Hubler. Gets it off of Kayla Peters, and the Blue Devils get the lead back.
Another great setup. Hubler with the shot on the attack. LTU's in good position right here.
22-21, LTU in front, trying to close this one out. Duchesne rejected, but the Cardinals keep it alive. June over to Roshan. That was off of her hand, and it goes to the back wall. Tied at 22.
Concordia sticking around. This is going to be a close one towards the tail end.
Not going to be easy to close this one out for either side. Lindsay Hubler. Claudia Grepke was in the right position. And that point goes out of bounds. That was Grepke and Duchesne that time.
Lucky enough that ball wasn't deflected or even got a piece.
Concordia needs to be perfect. June gets it blocked. Caitlin Chapin, and it's match point for LTU.
The wall has come through in the clutch right here late in this third set. It wouldn't surprise me if they win this one on another block by the wall.
The students giving them some luck. Trying to end this one here. Grepke, good dig by Hubler. Charlie Clint floats one up. Right there was Austin. June gets it denied. Chapin plays still alive. Grepke, good dig by Roshan. Here comes Charlie Clint. Peters doing everything she can. But the Cardinals win that rally. Looked like Lindsay Hubler slipped on that play.
Already made a commitment to it before the deflection happened. And here we are. This is the same setup as the first set.
24-23. Cardinals need this to extend this set. Hubler floating one up. But the Cardinals looking to answer. Kayla Peters over to Roshan, setting one up to Riley O'Connell. Getting it blocked by guess who? Kayla Peters.
Now this is getting interesting. It has to win by a 2-point deficit.
Now they got to have a 2-point lead to win the set. Charlie Clint. And again, Kenzie Peters sending one up to Claudia Grepke, off of Lindsay Hubler. This is the first set point for Concordia, but not before Coach Rule uses his last timeout and trying to avoid having to play another set. 25-24 is the score here in this third set. The Cardinals trying to get back in it. The Blue Devils trying to get 3 straight points to end the match.
No, yeah, this is a crucial spot right here. And it's just basically just a reminder, don't change who you are. We're going for a sweep here, but don't change a thing. Concordia's going to battle. Even if this goes to a 4th set, it's still going to play favor to LTU if they just continue to look as sharp as they've always looked thus far in this matchup.
And just stay calm, even.
Stay calm, stay focused, read everything off the hand. This team has what it takes.
And just trying to stay calm and be where you're at right now. Brianne June back to serve for the Cardinals. Blue Devils trying to get it back even. Charlie Clint sends a one off of Claudia Grepke.
And right there, they make a play happen. Clint with the attack just right off that front line. And we're back to a deuce.
This is getting intense right now. Peters to Austin, to Kayla Peters. Clint, and keep it up. Zambak. And they're going to call a double touch on O'Connell. She doesn't like that call.
Seemed like it was not only just double touch, looked like O'Connell was just too far out and past the pole.
Yeah, that too. Thought she was in the lines, but the official right by the scores table saw it. Got another chance. Roshan Up to O'Connell, gets that one to go down. Tied at 26.
Another great showing, another play making happen.
Able to make up for that. Lexi Callio checks in for Abby Zambek. O'Connell to serve. Austin up for Kayla Peters. Past a sliding.
Boy, another dynamite attack by Peters. She's been doing that all matchup.
Yeah, that was past a diving O'Connell. Concordia.
Back and forth we go. Concordia getting the better half of it.
Concordia looking to extend the match. LTU trying to tie it here. Madeline Hudson gets it. Miscommunication near the middle line.
Just right out the fingertips of the front line. Put it up for grabs, but it fell right in the right spot. Now see if LTU can jump out in front this time around.
Clint serves. Austin over to Kayla Peters. Roshan keeps it up. Listman. It's very close. Hudson sends one back over to the Cardinals side. Kayla Peters again. Off the block. Thought Hudson had it.
Man, that front line got a piece of it. Kept him right in front. Not able to put it back up for grabs. So here we go again.
28-27. Zambek over to Hubler. June. Kayla Peters keeps it alive. Over to Mackenzie Peters. Over now to Lindsay Hubler again. Gets it blocked. Lisman back over. Have to get it back over now. They do with Rachel Roshan. Brianne June. No one's going to give up, but Riley O'Connell does off of Paige Staten.
Wow, this is just intense as it gets. We are in the third set. LTU has a 2-set lead. Concordia's not giving up. They get the advantage right around, but there's LTU to climb back in it.
Juliana Bolini, the defensive specialist, sophomore out of Romeo, comes in to serve. June again. Hubler keeps it up. And a violation call, double touch. And once again, the Cardinals have the lead, but will they be able to close it out?
A lot of two-touch violations here in this game. Basically a judgment call, but still.
Zambek looking for Hubler and gets it down right behind Duchesne.
And right there, this is the playmakers. There's the playmakers right there.
No one's giving up.
No, nobody.
And when you get down, LTU was down by one so many times.
Wow.
And Austin.
Abigail Austin. That was a play right there.
It's her second kill, but comes at a crucial moment. Concordia trying to close the door here on set 3. O'Connell again. Miscommunication, goes back behind, and
wow.
This is getting crazy.
It is. Wow. This is about as crazy as it can ever get right here in a volleyball matchup.
Like 6 or 7 times, Concordia's taken the lead here past 25. But LTU's right there to get a point back. Here comes Riley O'Connell. Peters keeps it alive. Grepke. Huber did the right thing, able to keep it up. O'Connell, it's it down.
And now it's LTU with the advantage.
Now the Blue Devils are back to a match point. 31-30 here in this third set. Hubler back to serve. Peters with the bump, set by Austin. Grepke floats one over. Blue Devils looking to respond. And Lindsay Hubler sends it down, and LTU sweeps Concordia in a thrilling third set, That ends in a final score of 32-30.
Unbelievable right here. First of all, give Concordia effort for trying to get back into this matchup after leading the way going into extras. But then LTU is right there just to shut the door. They just kept battling and battling. And if you're Ed Rule, this is what you want to see out of your squad right here. They have all the confidence in the world. They knew they didn't want to go to a fourth set. They wanted to end it right there, right then. So that is just tremendous effort all the way around. After being down so many times, they come back to tie it and tie it and tie it. Then they finally get the advantage, and then right then they take the other advantage and they just win it all. They just break out the brooms.
That was 6 times that Concordia in that stretch where he had to win by 2 past 24, and they had to just climb back and black, but Concordia couldn't close that out. But LTU, give them a lot of credit, being right in it and just grinding it out and finally getting it through 32-30 in the third set. And that's a tough way for Concordia to lose the game, but for Lawrence Tech, you got to feel really happy about it, staying through it, not giving up, being down so many times, and it's a confidence booster going 2-0 this weekend. And it's going to be a tough slate ahead, though, but we want to be able to celebrate it right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely celebrate, especially getting a home victory. Back-to-back home victories are so crucial, and just playing on your home court in front of your home crowd, in front of your students and your classmates, I think they handled the distractions well. They handled the pressure well. They maintained their composure, and they still looked sharp throughout the entire matchup. Not once, maybe just a little bit in this third set. They looked a bit on their heels, but they quickly picked it up. They quickly cleaned everything up, and they were right back to where they first started, and they just continued to continue. Just overall tremendous effort by LTU tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Just want to talk about the schedule quickly before we wrap up. There'll be 2 huge games for the Blue Devils next week. They'll be back at home Wednesday night against an always competitive team in Madonna, and then they have to go out to Adrian on Friday night against Siena Heights. Those will be 2 very tough matchups for your Blue Devils. While the Cardinals, they will come back home. They'll play U of M Dearborn out in Ann Arbor at the Cardinal Fieldhouse at their place on Wednesday night, and then they will go to Siena Heights on Saturday. So tough matchups ahead for the Blue Devils, but they've got it through this week. A lot of good confidence, but got to keep it going into next week against some tough opponents.
Yeah, definitely, and just keeping this confidence level. This is what they needed. Here's the confidence booster. Now let's just see if they can just keep it going throughout this tough schedule.
Yeah, absolutely, John. That's going to do it for us here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. The Blue Devils winning 3 sets over the Concordia Cardinals. Win the first set 25-23, winning set 2 25-15, and ending it off of a thrilling set 32-30 to close this one out. The Blue Devils go 9-7 overall, 2-2 in WAC play, while the Cardinals fall to 5-9 overall, 1-3 in WAC play. On behalf of everyone here at the LTU Sports Network, on behalf of my partner John Snow, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning in to today's volleyball match, and we'll see you next time right here on the LTU Sports Network. Have a good one.